hanging out in the middle of a road with the gorgeous Edith Cavell mountain behind me here. I've been waiting months and months and months for this, and we're finally going on a little backpacking trip. Me and two friends. There's gonna be a trio of us, and we're heading out to Tonquin Valley. The Tonquin Valley's scenery is unrivaled, allegedly, in Jasper. This approach brings you into one of Canada's premier alpine regions, a unique combination of barren peaks, ghostly ice, and fertile lakes. So we're heading out all the way to the other end, so where the ski hill is where we're coming out. So it's around about 43 kilometers total. So we're gonna be sleeping at the Astoria campground, and then we're gonna be sleeping at the Clitheroe campground and the Mackarib campground. And on the last day, I'll be heading all the way back here to get the Jeep. So that's the disadvantage of this trail, is you kind of need two vehicles if you want to do the loop, or you could just come in through one and then come back on the same. But everybody kind of suggested doing the whole loop here. So that's why we bring some friends so that we can go around and do this loop. So we're gonna head out on the trail, show you everything there is to see in Tonquin Valley. So now, let's start our hike. You don't have to go very far, just down the initial embankment where the road is, to come across the Cavell Creek. And then you get this gorgeous view here of Cavell Lake at the far back over there. And which is kind of impressive because we could see all of these fish literally jumping in the air a couple times. But we also have a great view of the Edith Cavell mountain back there and the Angel Glacier. So I'm gonna show you guys a great little shot of us hiking up there. We are almost at Astoria campground here. We've traveled around 4.5, almost 5 kilometers. And there's this lovely little creek here. Quite noisy here, but you get a decent little opening and a view. And behind me there, that's the kind of the backside of Edith Cavell. And not too far from here, there's actually a little trail that leads into that forest over here. And you can go on the backside of Edith Cavell if you want to go hiking up there. Word of caution, because people have died there just recently, a few years ago. So it's not a hike, it's more of a mountaineer expedition to get on top of the Edith Cavell. But Throne Mountain is the one that's directly in behind me here. From this angle, it also looks very eerily similar to Edith Cavell, which makes sense because it's right kind of next door. So decided to stop at this little creek, show you guys an awesome little view. And even on the north side here, you can see that mountain range that we're going through, a little valley down there. Let's head back on the trail, all the way down to Astoria Camp. See you guys down there. Only a few hundred meters away from the Verdon Creek that we just passed, you come across the Astoria River. They both look kind of the same as far as width and volume of water. This one you get a slightly better view of the Throne Mountain in behind me over there. And you also get a different kind of take, a little bit further one of the far north side here of Edith Cavell at the far back. I'm gonna try to take a nice panoramic view of this whole scenery here. I'm gonna show you guys that right now.
Around 1.5 kilometers past the Astoria campground, you come across this nifty little bridge. And this is kind of like a main crossroads here, because this is the Astoria River. And for the first time on our entire hike, you can see Thunderbolt Peak at the back. And from this bridge, you can also see Throne Mountain a little bit. And you can see Old Man Mountain at the far front over there. But I got a better view from back there just to see that little mountain that we've been walking in between, following the Astoria River the whole way. You want to cross this bridge here and go up that way to go on the south side of the river if you're going to the ACC hut. But if you're going to the Clitheroe or Switchback camps, you want to stay on the north side of the river and not cross. And there's signs here obviously showing you all that. It's a nice sunny day on a Saturday, so let's keep on the hike. I can show you guys the rest of this valley. Also at this main intersection here with the Astoria River,
There's a little outhouse at the back, and there's a wide open space here. Mainly, I think it's just like a resting spot for horses. I didn't even notice this on the map. You can tie some horses here, and there's like a little outhouse at the back. This would have been the perfect spot, actually, to have the Astoria campground, but they didn't put it here. They put it over on top of a ridge instead. Let's head back on the trail. We've done about like 7 kilometers right now, and we're on the very top of the Switchback trail. Hit a bunch of switchbacks, and then it leads you to the Switchback camp. And once you reach on top of these switchbacks, there's kind of like a nice open spot, and you get a gorgeous view of that mountain behind here. And then I wanted to record this just to show you guys this wonderful opening here from the Switchback campground. This is a good example of hikes. You could come up on this little ridge here, enjoy the view of the other side. There's just me and 2 of my friends and about 3 million mosquitoes. So it's fun either way. Got to enjoy that view. I'm going to show you guys a cool view of this entire area here right now. We finally arrived at Amethyst Lake, and the first thing that we came across, because we came from up north, is the actual warden station here. My friend Martin was looking through the guest registry and found multiple books that are in there, and some of the first entries were back in 1986, so you can go back and see all the people that have come here, and they just like kind of signed the registry that have been down in this area. I bet you nowadays there's way more people that come here, but back in the 80s there probably wasn't as many. You can tell there's all these posts to tie up your horses and such, and you get this gorgeous view of the Continental Divide there right in front of us. So we're gonna head down on Amethyst Lake and go check that out. So we finally arrived at Amethyst Lake, and it's just like a gigantic marsh. Basically is what it is. There's a trail that kind of weaves through here. The fact that this is all flat, it's like gorgeous in here. It's kind of crazy how the it's literally like a plain all in the middle of the mountains. It feels like there should be a town here of some sort, but I guess it's so remote and nothing ever really got built here. We're heading out to get a little bit closer to the end of the lake to see if we can get a better view. There is kind of a bridge over there, I see, so that's kind of nice. Because of the plains and the marshy area there, that's pretty much where all these mosquitoes are coming from. This is like a breeding ground for mosquitoes. It's probably the most mosquitoes I've ever seen in my life. I'm actually wearing a jacket, not because I'm cold. It's stopping the mosquitoes from biting you. They actually bite you through your clothes, but through this stuff, they can't bite you. This is a gorgeous valley with all different types of plants and flowers. It's kind of insane. I'm going to show you guys a cool panoramic here of this whole valley here right now. What do you guys think of that for a view, hey? This is insane. This was worth the 20-ish kilometers out here, getting eaten by bugs, just to get out here to enjoy this gorgeous, gorgeous, most spectacular view. So we are at the mouth of Amethyst Lake. The sun is just peering down in behind the clouds here. And it's such a different type of valley because of the way it's wide open and kind of marshy, swampish in here. It's very, very different than the type of mountains that I'm used to seeing, or the valleys for that matter. There's enough space in behind here where a whole ecosystem has time to grow in here. So this whole area is a meadow, basically. This is marked as one of the gems of Jasper National Park, and I can't disagree with that. With the 360 view you have in the middle here, this is absurd. So we're gonna go check out the other end of that lake and show you guys some more footage of Amethyst Lake and then the end of Tonquin Valley, and we're also gonna go explore all the campgrounds. So look on my channel because I'm going to be posting a video showing all of the campgrounds that you can enjoy here in this area, because there's a lot to choose from. And when you're booking your reservations on Parks Canada, it can be a bit overwhelming if you've never been here before and actually seen where they are and what the amenities are for these different campsites. Gorgeous little bridge crossing at the end of Amethyst Lake here. So let's go head back out on the trail and see if we can see more parts of the lake at the far back as you watch the sunset on Amethyst Lake.
So this morning we decided to leave the Clitheroe campground. We came all the way down out of the tree line into the valley, and this is the wonderful view that we get over here, because this is even more kind of opened up, and there's this gorgeous little boardwalk here that allows you to cross the meadow without, you know, stomping down on all the plants and flowers. Some cool little beaver tracks all the way in here, and I don't know if he's going through the culvert to get all the way back to the water. It's pretty far from the water to be seeing beaver tracks. This is actually one of multiple boardwalks I've found in my travels along. This one is definitely probably one of the most interesting ones. There was a really nice one as well at behind the ranger station at Akamina Ridge, which was quite neat. It was like narrower, and it was narrower and higher, so you didn't want to kind of step off of it. So we're gonna go and do the loop around closer to the lake. There's another set of buildings down there as a place for horses, and then there's also a place that we can go check out another campground, Amethyst, back in there, and then we're gonna go all the way to the northern part, and this is where we're staying tonight. Let's keep on hiking, guys. Wow. What do you guys think of that? Huh. That is quite the remarkable view of Amethyst Lake. As far as you can see, the whole northern portion, all the way down there. And you can see the valley at the very far back there. That's where we're going through tomorrow to head back north to get out of here. But for now, we're going to be enjoying the remarkable view of this lake here. And this mountain range all along the divide here is quite the view. Glaciers. That glacier back there, not only is it very large, it still has a stockpile of snow on top of that that looks like it hasn't even started to melt at all. Usually that top layer of snow will melt off. So I guess if you came back in September, most of the snow will be gone. You'll be able to see the top layer of the glacier. Whew, wow. Well, I'm going to show you guys, obviously, an excellent pano of this whole area for you guys to enjoy right now. Well, we finally made it to the Macarib River, and which is the Macarib campground, which is only a few hundred meters from here. And they built this cool little bridge to help you do the river crossing here. This is also the main spot where you would come and get water from the Macarib campground. Come down here. There's also another little spot. Instead of coming towards the bridge, you go towards the other way when you come down to the main trail. But I like coming down here because of the view. It's kind of more open here. Also wanted to show you guys back there, that little mountain at the far end where the creek, if you keep going straight, that's called Tonquin Hill. I might come back one of these days to find a little scrambling route up there because there's no trees up there, and you seem to have a good 360 of a lot of the good mountain ranges around here. We might decide to go higher up, and behind the Macarib campground there's actually a little trail, so we might go check that out to see what the sunset looks like from over there. Tomorrow morning we come crossing on this bridge again, and we just follow this valley all the way back down to Portal Trailhead. Huh. Well, what do you guys think of that? That's a pretty cool view. It's in behind Macarib campground. It's not even that far. We only did like maybe a kilometer and a half, maybe 100 meters of elevation gain. There's like nice switchbacks that go up here. The trail keeps going, so we might keep walking to see where this goes. But you get a gorgeous view of the Amethyst Lake here, and you can see that little tiny island, and you can't really see it because of the treetops there, but there's Moat Lake at the far back. You get to see the whole valley and the Tonquin Hill at the back. So you do have a gorgeous little view here. So it's kind of like a little day hike that you can do at Macarib if you just have a few hours to kill and you don't want to stay in your campground and you want to enjoy the area. I'm going to show you guys a little panel of this whole area right now. Isn't this the pretty little spot? Macarib Campground Trail, I'm gonna call it that because there's not even a name on the trail, but it's definitely on all trails, it's in there. Kept on going a little bit higher, and there's a couple of these little ponds here because this is kind of like a little ridge plateau off this rib of the main mountain in behind us here. And there's a gorgeous little pond, and you can tell that it's
the dirt and the mud in here, it's all cascaded layers. There's probably like trillions of different bacteria in this thing. It's kind of like perfect little ecosystem. Perfect mosquito factory, because yeah, we're getting swarmed here pretty badly. Let's keep on hiking up to see what else we can find here on this trail. It was worth going all the way up to the top of this little trail that we didn't even know where it went, but it's kind of the end of the rib here and it starts to go down. There's not a whole lot of big trees here, so you get a gorgeous view of the whole mountain range all the way down and the whole valley that we just hiked up, which is kind of crazy. You can see Amethyst Lake kind of in behind that little bunch of trees down there. Actually, I lie, because we haven't hiked this. So basically, this whole valley here is what we're hiking down tomorrow. This is the trail that kind of follows the river in the valley, and we go all the way up to the end of that pass over there. Then we get to the top, and you come back down, and that's where we're heading back to Portal. Very impressive, very impressive. Definitely have to be back to enjoy more of these areas, because it's so spread out far that you need quite a bit of time to explore it all.
This is Tonquin Valley, right here in Jasper National Park. And I'm Eric Tremblay, and these are my adventures. Peace out.